Where have all the good men gone and where are all the gods? Where's the streetwise Hercules to fight the rising odds? Isn't there a white knight upon a fiery steed? Late at night I toss and turn and dream of what I need a hero. I'm holding out for a hero till the end of the night. He's gotta be strong and he's gotta be fast and he's gotta be fresh from the fight. I need a hero. I'm holding out for a hero till the morning light. He's gotta be sure and it's gotta be soon and he's gotta be larger than life somewhere after midnight in my wildest fantasy.
Never let it be said that pathetically weak characters can't be useful. This episode's featured foe is perfect proof. I've already taken a look at the strongest regular enemy from Final Fantasy VI in my strongest characters series, and now I turn my attention to its weakest. You can find it on this tiny island on the world map. Whoa, calm down. It's not the Brachiosaur, it's just two people enemies. You really have nothing to worry about. Honestly, even Joker is a badass compared to these things. Just look at these awful stats. 1 hit point. 1 freaking hit point. What's more, they always have the sap status condition, which will quickly cause 2 damage to them and finish them off. You don't have to do a thing and they'll still die. Their highest stat is their 10 magic power, but unfortunately this goes completely to waste. Aside from its 2 physical attacks, a basic attack and a move called Tau, which is another basic attack, the only magic spell it knows is White Wind. It doesn't have enough MB to cast a spell. Whilst its attack power isn't actually the lowest in the game, it's hardly high enough to cause you any problems by this stage. That's pretty much the most damage they're ever going to cause. The only way they're going to kill you is if you let them kill you, but even then... Some might say that the reason these enemies are so weak is because the world is dying and the animals have become puny as a result. Well, I call bullshit on that argument. There are still plenty of healthy and strong things out there. These rodents have no excuse. Remember this guy? Need I say more? So how exactly could they be of any use to you? How could such a weak enemy net you any decent reward? You would be surprised. If you have Loki the thief in your party, you can get into a house in Narsha with an old man cooped inside. He will give you a seemingly useless item known as a cursed shield. Whilst you have it equipped, it gives you just about every status annulment in the game. It weakens all your stats and makes you vulnerable to every element. He's not lying either. Once the curse is gone, the shield turns into a paddling shield, which absorbs every element, has amazing defensive power, and even teaches you Ultima, the best offensive spell in the game by far. How do you lift the curse? You need a character equipped it for 256 battles without dying once. This would be a complete pain in the ass to do if it weren't for those lovely peepers. They practically do the winning for you. You also get 1 experience and magic point for defeating them. The experience point is useless, but 3 magic points are always welcome in my book. Cannot stress enough how overpowered the paddling shield is, and peepers are the easiest path to such unstoppable might. That's not all they're good for. You can also steal elixirs from them, probably the easiest and safest way to obtain more. Problem is, they will probably die before you can successfully steal the item from them. You can cast stop on them to stop sap from taking effect as quickly and give yourself more time. Elixirs are already useful healing items, but they can help you get some very cool stuff at the Dragon's Neck Colosseum. What opponent you'll face and the reward you'll receive for defeating them depends on the item you wager. The wagered item will always be lost, but the prizes are usually well worth the cost. If you wager an elixir, you'll be fighting a Cactuar. The fights can be tougher than they should be as you don't have control over your character's actions, but you should be able to defeat the Cactuar easily if you have more than 1000 HP and the Sniper Eye relic equipped. Your reward for winning, the rename card, is useful if you're sick of a character's name, but it also can be wagered for something even better at the Colosseum. If you can defeat the Fiend Dragon, you'll get the Miracle Shoes relic. He can be quite difficult to kill though. Hopefully the AI for your character picks the best attacks for the job. But of course, if you have the paddling shield equipped, it will give you a huge advantage, as some of these attacks won't even hurt you. The Miracle Shoes are incredible. By equipping them, your character will automatically have Haste, Protect, Shell and Dragon. Easily one of the best relics of all. And if you gamble them at the Colosseum, you can get the Tintinnabaluma relic without facing the extremely dangerous Siegfried clone. The Tintinnabaluma restores your HP by 1 with every step you take whilst equipped. I don't like it as much as the Miracle Shoes, but when combined with Mog's Molulu charm, you can pretty much restore your HP for nothing. Finally, gambling a Tintinnabaluma will make the battle prize a growth egg, which increases the XP you receive by 50%. Gambling the growth egg will just make the Tintinnabaluma the prize again. And just think, you can get as many of these amazing things as you want if you have enough elixirs, which you can easily get from peepers. It's hard to believe such a weak enemy is your key to such treasure. Man, I love these rodents, and I love Final Fantasy VI. There's just so many ways to exploit the game. Wait. It's been brought to my attention that there's another pathetically weak enemy on the same island as the peeper. It's called the Land Ray. They've got pretty much the same pathetic stats and the sap status that takes away their health before they can do a thing, but I rate them a little bit higher on the danger scale than peepers, and I don't like them anywhere near as much. I'm going to explain why. You find Land Rays on the same island as peepers, but you can only encounter them by walking into the desert instead of the barren wasteland. If you want to get the paddling shield as soon as possible, you're best sticking with peepers, as Land Rays are a little bit more dangerous. Land Rays can actually poison you, which is far more dangerous than anything peepers can do. Plus, also in the desert area, you may encounter this black dragon enemy, which is far more dangerous than both of them. It's not exactly what you'll want to face when you're trying to get 256 battles done as quickly as possible. Although, to be fair, you can steal the incredibly rare Mega Elixirs from Land Rays. The only other enemy in the game that you can steal them from is the final boss. It's probably the most convenient and easy way to obtain the items in the entire series, and now you won't have to feel so bad about using them. But believe it or not, even though Mega Elixirs are among the best items in the entire Final Fantasy series, they're nowhere near as useful for the Dragon's Neck Colosseum as Elixirs are. Why is that, you ask? Well, by betting them, you get to fight the Siegfried clone I mentioned earlier. And as I noted then, he is extremely dangerous and difficult to defeat. Yeah, he's beatable, but it's a bit too much work if you ask me. He's the sort of enemy you wanted the Miracle Shoes for in the first place. The only prizes you're going to get from using the Mega Elixirs is the Tintinnabaluma, what the fuck it's called, and the Growth Egg. Why bother with that when you can get all the same treats and more in a much easier way by betting elixirs that you got from the peepers? So you see, even though Land Rays are only just a little bit stronger than peepers stat-wise, Land Rays can poison you, nor do they give you as many treats as the peepers do. So peepers are still my weak enemy of choice.